Tinubu blames university clerk for invalid graduation date, signature, logo, other anomalies on Chicago certificate. Bagam. So what is happening now is that with the Chicago court releasing subpoena and now ordering the University of Chicago or Chicago State University to release Tinubu's result to Atiku, now the school has agreed now to release that result to Atiku. With the way things are going, it's going south for Tinubu now. So now Tinubu is now blaming the school authority, blaming the school clerk for all the wrong things that have been identified in that certificate, ranging from the date, or the dates in it, to signatures, to logo of the template, and other anomalies on the certificate. Can you imagine? This man not the shame at all. This was exactly what Hondein, is it David Hondein from the US, the young man that is doing investigative journalism over this Tinubu's case, has pointed out how they went online and forged the template from a particular website to generate the result. Now it is obvious that what Chicago State University is going to release is going to be at variance with what Tinubu has submitted to INEC. And again, Tinubu is getting clear to Tinubu now that all the things he has been hiding about the forged certificate is coming out. Now, I'm sure Atiku is about to charge Tinubu for perjury, which is going to be a different court case entirely again that will frustrate him. Now, with the reality dawning on Tinubu's face, he's beginning to blame the Chicago State University clerk for all the errors in his certificate. Wow. And why did it take you so long to detect these errors? And why were you submitting all the certificate along without knowing? Why? So there are a lot of why to answer here. Okay. The truth of the matter is that this young man or this old man did not attend that university, and probably the result he has is a forged one. The one they're going to release in Chicago University will obviously prove to be the original one that does not belong to him and will belong to that lady. I don't know where that lady is. Probably she's late now. That it says a female Bola Tinubu that attended that school and not this Tinubu that attended it. Wow. So what's the relationship between that lady and this Tinubu? All of that will come out very soon. President Bola Tinubu has implicated a clerk at Chicago State University, okay, as responsible for blatant irregularities that characterized a certificate the school reprinted in his name, according to new court filings seen by People's Gazette. The Nigerian president said the unnamed clerk unfortunately made the errors as to the dates the school stated on his recently issued certificate and when he actually graduated, thereby creating the appearance of differences. Mr. Tinubu's statement was filed on August 23 by his counsel as part of his argument before the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago. Judge Jeffrey Gilbert had given the Nigerian politician until August 23rd to explain why his academic record at Chicago State University should not be released to his political opponent, Atiku Abubakar. Mr. Abubakar earlier this month requested court approval to subpoena Mr. Tinubu's files domiciled with Chicago State University because he believed the documents would clarify glaring inconsistencies in Mr. Tinubu's background, including publicly available documents that suggest that CSU in the 1970s admitted a female student bearing Bola Tinubu who was born on March 29, 1954. The Nigerian president said he was born on March 29, 1952, although he had also at different times listed 1954 on his birth year in the past. He also recently expunged his primary and secondary education from his records after it was discovered that the schools he listed under oath in his 1999 run for Lagos governor did not exist anywhere in Nigeria. Oh boy. Mr. Abubakar believed the requested records would show which early and high papers Mr. Tinubu submitted to CSU before he was admitted to study accounting there. Mr. Abubakar had sued to obtain Mr. Tinubu's school records under a U.S. statute that allowed documents available in the U.S. to be subpoenaed for use as evidence in the foreign court. Mr. Abubakar argued that Mr. Tinubu had presented contradictory claims in Nigeria and the Chicago State University. In responding to a previous subpoena, had issued documents that contradicted what Mr. Tinubu had entered under oath in Nigeria. Mr. Tinubu's lawyer, led by Oluwole Afolabi and Christopher Carmichael, argued that the August 2022 subpoena that was issued following a request by a Nigerian lawyer, Mike Enahoro Eba, was illegal because he had no valid ground to seek the document, especially under education privacy rights. So the lawyers nonetheless admitted the documents indeed emanated from the CSU, but an unnamed clerk had mistakenly typed the graduation date. Unfortunately, in responding to the illegal and invalid subpoena, CSU made several errors, Mr. Tinubu's attorney said. CSU issued a new diploma for Bola A. Tinubu, but incorrectly wrote the date of graduation as June 27, 1979. The lawyers also said changes in school authorized signatories and logos alongside other anomalies like the fonts of the certificate all combined to generate an appearance of wrongdoing. The correct date was June 22, 1979, but that scrivener's error, along with a change in the CSU logo, the font on the diploma, and leadership at CSU who signed the diploma, credited the appearance of differences between an earlier issued diploma and the one issued in response to the 2022 subpoena, the lawyer said. Can you imagine? Mr. Abubakar said he filed the suit because he wanted to get the school to certify all documents relating to Mr. Tinubu, some of which had been filed by the Nigerian president's lawyers in Nigerian court as part of the ongoing election petitions proceedings. But Mr. Tinubu argued further that Mr. Abubakar should be requesting the documents because Mr. Tinubu's academic records were not part of the initial litigation over the Nigerian elections. They said the opposition leaders' argument had been focused entirely on the cheating and other irregularities around the conduct of the elections. So they also argued that the Nigerian court hearing the election petition had already concluded hearing on argument and a judgment is now being anticipated. The court is expected to deliver judgment on or before September 21 in line with the Nigerian electoral law that mandates the conclusion of a petition within 180 days after the election. The presidential election was held on February 25 and Mr. Tinubu was sworn in as president on May 29. Mr. Tinubu's argument appeared to mirror the position of the CSU authorities, on the lawsuit, and the school had said it would defer compliance decision to its former students on the matter. Mr. Abubakar's legal team, led by Chicago-based attorney Angela Mary Liu, is expected to file a response to Mr. Tinubu's argument that the documents should not be sought because they were not part of the Nigerian proceeding, and would be inadmissible due to the current stage of the case. We have recently deactivated our website's comment providers in favor of other channels. So this is what is happening now. So apart from the blaming the school clerk, they're also saying that the Abubakar Atiku going for that certificate in US is not going to be valid because he was not original filing in the election petition tribunal. And again, would no longer be admissible because the hearing had been concluded and judgment is being awaited. All of these are stories, but the thing here remains that Tinubu has seen that the reality is dawning, and all the forgery that was initially exposed by David Hundeyin in the US is coming to bear now, because all the things, all the forensic job that David Hundeyin did in that detection is coming to bear now, and are trying to put the blame on the school clerk. I think the school clerk should be able to, or the school authorities should be able to wriggle themselves out of it, because the signatures and all of that, the school cannot be so stupid to make mistake all the way. No way. No way. Somebody say, at 3 times of my graduation from a Nigerian university, I checked and found out that my name was not properly spelled. I reported the matter and the correction was done. Okay. Is Tinubu saying that he didn't check the certificate issued to him at the time of graduation to see the anomalies and file for correction? He grabbed it and ran with it all these years. Lying will not save him. Bagam. Thank you, sir. These are the truths that the Agbadorians would not want to hear. What is BAT hiding? A good conscience fears no accusation. Another Toronto certificate is surely an orphan in the melodrama of Nigerian politics. Real another Toronto in Chicago. So obviously the guy is forging. This Amoda Pablo Escobar of Iragbiji is already confusing the Agbadorian bingos. See names. Agbado master don't enter. Agbado slaves should come and defend this shameful act. USA not be Niger bed. I tell you, I don't look for a comment like yours. Let us start all eyes on US judiciary campaign now. Yes, now. The guy don't enter one chance. Also, when they talk, he can't blame the school. School authority cannot be so stupid to forget date, signature, logo, and other anomalies in one certificate. No. No. Their secret will leak. They are forged and forged, and it will leak. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment on this Tinubu's argument today, 23rd. It's okay, yesterday, 23rd in the USA.